Alright. Journal of Abdul Al-Zared, the Mad. October the 27th, 1873. Blackpool. There are hours, such as the one that just passed, when time itself feels loosened from its moorings, drifting like the wreckage upon a current unseen. I write this, not in the hope of salvation, but as a record for those elsewhere, should such elsewheres exist, where the sequence of cause and consequence had not been so cruelly as it has here. The breach has opened. I am alone now in the old lighthouse above Blackpool's darkening coast, surrounded by thick fog and the taste of salt on every breath. The villagers are gone, either fled inland or lost to the thing that came through. What remains of the town has grown silent, too silent, as though even though the wind refuses to bear witness. The night of the breach was not heralded by thunder, nor by comet, nor by any sign a sane astronomer may chart. Instead, the stars simply ceased, one by one, their lights dimmed, as if snuffed out by some divine indifference. A darkness not born of cloud, but intent. And the melody, oh, the haunting melody that echoed from the heralding itself. The sky parted with only the sound of her voice. No flame, no rupture of earth, just a widening slit in reality itself. From within, it emerged. Not a being, but a concept rendered monstrous. Shifting forms, undulating. Everything that comes from it seems to recoil from consistency itself. It looked as though it had been designed not to be looked upon. At its core, eyes, or the impression of eyes, vast and cold and intimate. They pressed into my thoughts, a familiarity that implied that it had always known me. Before my birth, before my possibility, its tentacles clenched at each breath that could consist of memory, squeezing out every sense of self I had. It spoke, not with a voice, but through thought, not in language, but in certainty. You were calculated and found erroneous. I am the course correction, from where endings are born first. This was not the only thread, but it is the one I choose to sever. The Bureau was wrong. He was wrong. He said there were fractures, moments where history might be persuaded otherwise. He believed that Blackpool could be one such point. We came weeks ago under Nightingale, conducting containment rites and stabilization phases. I watched the Sparrow set up the strange brass tripods and fold maps whose contours did not match any topography I knew. We were confident, methodical, but we failed. Whether the rupture occurred because of us or in spite of us, I cannot say. Only that our instruments melted, our people screamed, and the sky noticed. Now, in the stillness after, I can still feel its gaze upon me. It peers across possibilities, choosing, pruning. I believe I know this event is not fixed. There are other branches, other versions of who may light the beacon in time, who may carry this warning far enough upstream in casualty that the breach can be forestalled. To you, who might read this in such a timeline, beware of Blackpool, beware of London, and beware of the void. Trust not the silence of the stars. And if ever the Bureau offers you knowledge in exchange for obedience, ask first the cost of knowing. The sky is not broken. The sky has decided. And somewhere beyond its wound, a clock that does not tick measures the time we no longer have.
I'm loving
Well, I
it.
swapped Well, I swapped the music. I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Are you sure you don't want to like backtrack a little bit and decide that maybe we're not fighting the void?
I'm a
9.
I'm starting off with 12 HP, and I got a nat 1.
That's a critical 20, but I am unconscious.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing better than that.
And I keep.
I got a dirty 1.
A dirty 1?
Ew.
I
got a negative
1. Oh,
not
shit.
a dirty one.
Man.
Okay, well, I just feel like I need to declare that I got a dirty 3.
Dirty 3.
I have
Dirty
dirty 20.
Whoa.
I
need
gotta
to get Fabian some sneakers. Get that dex up a little bit.
Yeah, stretch him out.
I get the feeling that's going to happen.
Alright, I'm going to let's see. Hollow, what is your initiative?
Initiative 20.
Winter. Fabian, initiative.
1.
Fallen, initiative. Pivot. I won. Papa.
I thought I was going last till Sophie rolled.
Unseen, what was yours?
I got a 3. Nat 1, but a 3 after my +2.
Hey, buddy, I got a nat 1, but I got a +1.
Everybody's taking a fat nap.
Ooh, you slowpoke.
We're getting these out now.
Void, what is yours?
I thought I was being nice because I got a 9, but fuck.
Don't worry, buddy. You deserve at least a chance.
Alright,
and distracting each other.
Doctor, what was yours?
20.
Alright.
Whoa.
It was natural, if that makes you feel like, I don't know, I'm giving you a brain.
Slay.
It was
Female power.
natural. Hey, one of you's unconscious, though. You can't slay from the sleepy.
Not even from that 20. Not even with a
What
natty.
is it that Tandy said? We're young and we're beautiful.
We're young and beautiful women. Anyway, so, all of you are inside, whether you remember getting there or not, you are inside the main area of the op, where a chilling voice is kind of carrying over this tranced crowd, that has now turned to face those of you that are kind of scattered throughout the crowd, and those of you who are scattered throughout, witness the appearance of what looks like the void, but spooky times too, with your other companions and a stranger wrapped up in their tentacles.
Even more tentacles.
Even more tentacles. 10 times the tentacles.
And
Tentacle?
as he appears, or as it appears, it slams the stranger against a hovering blood, which you can only assume is the unseen. Or you hope is the unseen and not just another random stranger. And knocks them very heavily against each other. You kind of watch them go limp. So, where is... There we go, my sticky note.
Did I die?
No, you're not dead.
Okay, just, you know.
Yeah.
Did
How much
I
health do you
die?
have? No, you're both
I had-
unconscious.
I had 12, so wait, so I'm 0 now?
Both of you are at 1. Whatever health you're starting with, you're both at 1 health right now.
Choo-choo!
Choo-choo! So we will start with Jean. And Jean, I need you to... which, I don't know if we've added this to Doctor's character sheet, Blake, by the way. But Jean, I need you to do me a sanity roll.
Me?
Yes.
23.
Cool. Although you're kind of keeping your composure in this moment as everything appears at once, you hear... no, actually, you still smell the smoke that is familiar to you from the caterpillar's old cigarettes. You don't see him anywhere anymore, but there's a familiar scent in the air. You kind of bear witness to what's happening on the stage. What would you like to?
Cry. No, I'm gonna... Okay.
iPad cake cough?
No, I'm just... Do I know what happened to my kid? Did he just, like, disappear?
Alright.
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
If you refresh yours, the sanity should be there now.
Well, what I'll do... Man, she want... Okay, as Jean... Okay, not as Ellie. As Jean, she would go ahead and confront the void.
There is a rather hefty selection of an audience between you. So there are people in the way that are all facing you, LJ, and the...
Okay, let's see.
Very upbeat TPK
Can I do
music.
an unarmed attack and shove them all out of the fuck way? Let's just make my way through.
Yeah,
Plan
yeah,
all
just start
through.
shoving them inside.
Unarmed, non-brutal attack.
They're all weenies in comparison to you, they're all
Get a
weenies.
nosebleed.
Yeah, okay. You do that. Roll me an unarmed attack, and then roll me a perception check.
Okay, so the unarmed attack is 23.
Damn.
And then... Damn! My perception is 17.
Okay, as you're pushing your way through the crowd to get toward the front, to get toward your companions, to figure out what's going on and stop all of this, you feel yourself shove against somebody and knocks them to the ground, and you hear a cry that sounds familiar.
Uh-oh.
Do you stop moving, or do you look?
I mean...
Or do you keep moving, or do you look?
I glance.
What you see is you shoving one of your children into the ground.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I stop.
Alright, Doctor, even though you are unconscious, I need you to roll me a sanity check, which if you refresh your page should be there now for you to do.
Okay, let me see. Refresh. Sanity. 11.
Okay. I'm
What's
putting that in where I'm pocketing it in my head. We'll find out. Void. I need you to roll me a sanity check. At a disadvantage, please.
Oh. 5.
You aren't here. Or at least, you don't know where you are. One moment you were with your companions. The next moment, you find yourself standing in rubble of ash and blood. And you find yourself looking down at the dying form of a man you don't recognize, but you find agony, true agony in your heart when you look at him. And you hear him say, It's okay, darling. I don't blame you. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you don't get to control yourself just yet. Jack! You are also unconscious, but I need you to roll me a sanity check at disadvantage, Pookie.
Okay, diggy.
Unconscious gang, what's up? We're not here.
Roll me a serve cunt check while you're asleep. Like you're posing really hot.
Definitely dexterity or charisma.
Yeah. That's gonna be 8.
You said 18?
8 for the sanity check.
Okay. You hear a voice in your head. Get up, idiots. We don't have time for this. Get up.
Am I Jack or John at this point?
You are Jack. Your sanity roll is to kind of decide who is in... You're still unconscious, but you're trying to fight toward the surface, and Jack is currently at the front grabbing, which is better because his relationship with your friend is a little bit stronger. Can you roll me a Constitution save?
Sure. So I imagine like two dudes drowning underwater. They're like 20 feet from the surface, and Jack is just able to put his hand on the other guy's shoulder and just push it off.
Yeah,
So-
basically.
So what's the check I need?
Constitution.
It's a con saving throw of 2.
Man, we're having some
You said
low
2?
rolls tonight.
No, that's
Yeah.
good. Alright.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm popping pussy.
I
You
don't,
walked
now.
I don't
5
think
feet.
you are.
You walked 5 feet and then you abused your child.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow, it runs in the family.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Who was it?
Don't at me, Blake.
Speaking of Blake
Yep.
fallen, you are currently staring at Dorothy. I need you to roll me a sanity check.
11.
Alright. You see her standing in front of you. She's not saying anything, but you also see what is happening on the stage. What do you choose to do?
I cast Dispel Magic on the stage.
On the stage? Okay.
Mhm.
1 second. It's gonna have to have very specific wording, because I don't remember how Dispel Magic is. Hello?
So you
Where
can
is-
choose
Open!
one creature, object, or magical effect with any range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower automatically ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher, the target must make a ability check using my spellcasting of DC 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay. What's your...
My save DC
DC?
is 15.
Okay.
The heck? Blake's breaking the game.
No,
No,
I
this
just,
is good.
I just
I
put
don't know
things
how.
into wisdom.
Oh.
Might have a -1 intelligence. What do you want from me?
Ooh. Okay, this is really good. So are you trying to cast it specifically just on the stage, on the void, or on Christine? I have to ask.
Ooh, that's a good question. I would assume probably Christine.
Okay.
If I had to say what he was doing in reality. As much as
Okay,
doing it on the stage would be fun, I don't think that's something he would look at or know anything about.
Okay,
Because right now, humans are in harm's way.
alright. I have to roll one other thing. Roll me a... It should be good for you, in theory. Roll me a wisdom save.
Oh, fuck, it should be. We're gonna find out!
Oh, Blake, you can do this.
It's a 14. It was almost a 24. It cockeyed.
Your spell... Cacked!
Yeah,
your-
it cocked.
Spell reaches the stage, but before it reaches Christine fully, you see a flicker of where everything around you kind of distorts, where you can kind of see maybe her magic is being altered, but then you feel something almost like nails on a chalkboard scraping against your head. And you find yourself starting to be in between again, where you think you're seeing the magic dissipating, where you think maybe you've turned her song into just something simple. But in 1 second, you're standing in that house again holding that baby. In another second, you're standing in the opera house, seeing these people look at you in desperation, please save us, please save us. and you're kind of flickering between these two moments now. Fabian.
Ooh.
So you're standing on stage, shit's hit the fan, your back's against the wall.
Am I
not a fuck
standing
you,
or
what do you need? Yeah.
yeah.
You are wrapped up in one of the tentacles. So you're kind of suspended in the air, but you are conscious. You did see the other two kind of make nice with each other's heads.
Ooh. Do I have to roll sanity?
Yes.
Okay. Yo, I got a nat 20 and it was a 26.
Nice.
Daddy!
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
He's hella aware.
What would you like to do? You could kind of take a moment to observe the void a bit more. You can kind of, maybe cut off the arm or try to get yourself free. There's some options here. You could cry.
The me part is just like I could finally do inflict wounds because it's like a touch thing. Fabian's never close enough, but I don't think Fabian would do that to
the void
yet. Well, can I roll perception?
Yes.
Oh, please do inflict wounds. I would love Raphael to see the priest do inflict wounds. I would love to see that happen.
I would love it too. I only got a 6.
Even though these don't exist in your timeline, what best I can describe to Sophie is that you're in God's worst built roller coaster, where it kind of feels like it's halfway off the rails, and you're not sure if it's actually going to completely fly off or not. You're getting rocked around, that your head is just one big jumbled mess right now.
That's Fabian is experiencing that?
Yes. I need you to roll me religion or arcana.
Yeah, religion.
Hi, baby. What is
It was a 15.
You gonna poop in my floor?
Don't talk to me like that.
In your struggle,
Hi, Mikey. You gonna poop in my
you
floor?
kind of subconsciously, grab on to this tentacle that's holding on to you, and you feel a burn on the black tips of your fingers. And you hear the void. The one you know. Void, what was it you were going to say when you were inside the laboratory? Just one line, one sentence.
Laboratory? Like where I just was a moment ago?
Yeah, where you just were, with the burning in the ash.
Gotcha. Who are you?
And that's what you hear, Fabian. Okay. Christine takes a step back and another step back until her back is facing the curtains. She kind of looks up at the void as she's still singing her song. And the pitch changes. Her voice becomes something more, something inhuman. Where she once was just a beautiful soprano, now there's an undertone of altos and bass and notes you all probably couldn't even describe. I need everybody to roll me a sanity check. It will matter who rolls the lowest.
Oh.
20.
No, I'm seeing all these numbers come in. I'm gonna get screwed over.
She says I'm getting screwed over. Okay, hold on. We'll start one at a time.
Oh, thank God.
Hollow, what did you roll? Ellie?
Oh, yeah, I'm hollow. Natty 20, so 24.
Okay. Fabian, what did you roll?
I got a 21.
Okay. Blake, what did you roll?
27!
Fuck me.
Nat 20, baby!
Okay. Unseen, what did you roll?
I got a dirty 20 and 19 plus 1.
Alright, wow, you guys are really killing it. Void, what did you roll?
Same, 19 plus 1, dirty 20.
Okay. Doctor, what did you roll?
Surprise, who's the lowest? I got an 11.
You guys actually slayed in a very incredible way. Cool.
I think that makes sense. She's kind of crazy.
Give me just a moment, please.
She's
Well,
in
it
the
was really
pinnacles
nice
of
meeting
an
your
alien
character.
knocked out. Yeah, I mean, literally an alien picked me up and knocked me out. I don't feel very
Rest
sane.
in peace.
Yeah. Is there a doctor in the house?
About that.
Aren't you the doctor?
Not like that.
Let me find where I should be. There we go. You can't remember a time when your hands weren't stained with ink for your countless scrawls of ideas and creation, of the next big project that may get your father's attention, of oil and grease and gunpowder buried in both your father's work and your own, desire, desperation perhaps, detached longing for something more, something bigger, something beyond yourself and beyond the world. You remember the stain of blood, watching the life drain from the eyes around you at your own undoing. You remember the cruel look of your creation, that damned head staring back at you. Marie. Marie was supposed to be the best, supposed to be the answers that you sought. But all she was a cruel, twisted reflection of your face as she buries the blade further into Will's chest. You may have, in one life, heard him tell you that it's okay, you need to run. But instead, all you remember was her hand stroking your face, and that smile breaking into your very soul. Then the smile twists and twists. The smile twists and twists. The smile becomes impossibly wide. Wider than a human's mouth should be. Wider than anything should be. This was not the memory you remember. This was the night, the normal nightmares you cycled through became something more. The corners split up her cheeks like tearing paper, delicate and wet. Slick sound like meat pulled from the bones echoes in quiet. Her eyes glisten with something older than malice, older than thought. The irises shimmer, oil slick and shifting, and behind them you see movement. Not reflections, not illusions, things, writhing just out of sight. Marie's voice crawls out of her throat like it doesn't belong to her, like it's trying to find the right shape. You called me. You called me. The light around you bends, not fades, bends, curves, twists into knots that shouldn't exist. Shadows leak upward from her feet like reversed ink in the water, blotting out the world in slow tendrils. The room, the workshop, the broken body of Will all begin to melt into obscurity, overtaken by something vast and wet and pulsing. The stain on your hands is warm too. You look down. It's not ink. It's not oil. Not blood. It's moving, twitching, beneath your skin like worms beneath paper. You try to scream, but the sound hits your teeth and shatters. You stitched me from longing, she says, her smile now splitting. Did you not think the longing would answer back? The walls groan, not from strain, but from awareness. Nails unfurl like petals. Wood buckles with each breath. Something is watching, listening. You take a step back. You hear a voice not your own. Who are you? But you don't hit the floor, you fall through it. Through the wood, through the dark, through memory machine. The world turns inside out. Our heartbeat echoes like thunder. Is it yours? Is it hers? Is it something else? You land hard on something soft and warm. A floor made of twitching ichor, covered in an ink that spells your name over and over and over. Marie is above you again. Her arms now stretching too long, her fingers brushing off your. She leans in close, lips against your ear, voice now many. What you build is only the beginning. What we are, answer. When genius screams into the dark, behind her eyes, the dark screams back. Do you remember now? The stains on your hands were never from your. They were warnings. You never listened. And this is a scene and a horror that both the doctor and the void are witnessing in the same body.
Ooh.
Let me change the music back. Told you I was going to be a little creepy. Not the collapsing!
I thought it was just gonna be the emoji.
I was like, not the clapping!
Holy
No, that's good.
I'm so
Damn,
impressed.
Sophie.
I thought it was just gonna be the emoji. I didn't know it made
That's
sound.
so good. That's so good. Hi everybody, we're back.
I don't know. We are.
We're starting from the top again. Hollow.
From the
Ellie.
Make it drop. That's some wet, huh?
Ellie,
No.
the hollow. I gotta remind you again.
I'm the what?
It's your turn.
The hollow, bitch!
Oh, yeah. Duh. It's like my
So-
turn to go.
It sure
Yes.
is. What do you like to do? Let me sanity check.
What kid is it?
The
Your
one we saw
youngest
before it
one.
was. Yeah, the youngest.
The youngest this time?
No, they was the oldest last
The
time.
oldest?
So, yeah.
Like-
You have 20 kids.
No, I don't.
Girl? Bitch, go!
No, I'm just asking, like, is he, like, as a kid, or was it, like, the last time I saw him?
The last time you saw him.
Oh my god, he's a grown-ass man.
No. That's not the same continuity.
No?
Yeah, you... hold on. Let me message you, because I don't want to spoil something.
Okay. Were you... Oh, here, okay.
Somebody gotta teach Ellie's character what birth control means.
Didn't exist.
It's actually a very old thing.
It was.
I don't know when Ellie's time frame is.
They literally just like put alcohol on a sponge and shoved it up your hoo-ha.
Aha!
Ugh.
Yeah, Yarrow is an
Okay,
abortifacient.
that makes sense.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see like a teenage boy look up at you with like hurt on his face and like tears in his eyes.
Beady lies.
Mama.
Oh no.
Princess, what are you doing? Get up, come on. And she goes down to offer his hand.
He like jerks away. You did this. Why did you hurt me?
You know I'd never.
But you did.
No, I didn't see you there.
What are you? Where's your head? What are you?
It's me, your mother.
No,
It's me.
you're not her. You're a monster. Get away from me! Somebody help me!
Francis, she's gonna like reach out to him.
He like kind of slaps her hand away and he starts screaming for help. We're gonna skip the doctor because she's kind of having a moment. Void, I need you to roll me a
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I need to roll one too. 14.
Okay. You find yourself kind of forcibly pulling yourself out of whatever memory, something that didn't belong to you but felt like it belonged to you. Let me see. Will you just roll me an up and down d20?
Yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
Roll me. Serve to cunt.
Oh.
Oh.
You rolled a 1. Give me 1 quick second.
Oh, bad.
Uh-oh.
I've got a lot to scroll through.
Do we get any kind of inspiration for being on time?
Everybody but Sophie.
Let's go. My sanity's fine.
Sophie and I are
I rolled a
practicing.
1, I have to ask.
You did. No, that's fair. Okay. This down. Okay.
The answer's still no, but I had to ask.
That's so real.
Ah, shit.
Let's see.
I tried, guys.
You did your best. That's what matters.
When you try
God, you guys, you guys and your shitty fucking initiative roll. All right, Jack. I need you to roll me another Constitution save.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Durho, nat 20!
That's what's up. You feel what almost feels like a psychic slap.
Damn.
Like someone is just trying to wake you up. And you are startled awake in the flailing arms of the void.
Ugh. It's still Jack, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, get the fuck off me!
Fabian, you hear that what you assume is Jack is awake.
Fabian, for once, he's just like, oh, thank God. One time.
Alright, Jack, what would you like to do?
Trying to see if I have anything that helps me against grapples.
You can bite him.
You know, I mean, I'm at 1 health. Am I bleeding?
Like some calamari.
You are bleeding, yes.
Okay,
You can do some wackadoo blood magic.
you know what, actually... Looking at my spells, I haven't had to use my spells as Jack yet, so this is kind of like...
I saw that, girl.
Can I do cause fear?
Are you trying to do it toward Void?
Yeah, Void, just get him the fuck off me and just make him run away.
You can, but I will forewarn you that may not work, but...
I see
For
a construct or undead.
Huh?
Construct or undead is immune.
He's immune.
Oh, shoot. Gross. Would I know
Not
or just
he
go for it?
That's up to you if Jack would try. I won't take your turn away from you. If you want to say that Jack tries, or you can intuit that he tries, and then he's like, "Why ain't you scared?" I'm the big Google scary man.
So go and just, I think that's something Jonathan actually might try and do and be like, let me see if I can, get him to release his grasp. Jack, I feel like, would just, wipe his forehead with the blood of this and, try and stab on the thing that's grappling.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and try and cut that arm off. Get your ass out of there.
Oh, it's so close to a nat 20. I got a 13.
Void, what's your AC?
AC is 13.
Woo! Meets
Beats it, right? Yeah! Yeah, so roll me damage and we'll see. Meet the health of this little tentacle.
Ow. I've only got 30 of those.
That's going to be 8 damage on top of all the effects of the weapon that you made me that I don't remember.
Yeah, so you cut pretty cleanly through this arm that is grappling you. I need you to roll me acrobatics or... what's the other one? My brain's not thinking. To feel the land. Athletics, yeah. Thanks, Blake.
We're going to do acrobatics.
One is strength and one is dex.
That's 4.
So, you cut yourself free, but you are now knocked prone underneath him. You basically fall on your back and you're dazed for a minute. Not knocked unconscious again, but you are prone. Yeah, you're prone at 1 health, having a bad day.
Hits the ground, and as he exhales, he's like, cut!
Does the pain of getting cut get through to the void at all?
Nope.
Okay.
You don't feel it at all. Alright, let us go to... Fallen! You're kind of flickering in and out of existence right now. Give me a sanity check, Pookie.
Ooh, that's kind of weird. Alright, you got it. 16.
Cool, you are back in the Opera House. Dorothy is no longer in front of you. You are kind of stabilized yourself.
Excellent.
You, roll me a perception check if you'd like to kind of reassess what's going on, because you are kind of a little disoriented.
Sure will. 15.
You see that Jean is kind of, having a moment with some random child who just keeps asking, who are you?
Interesting.
You see that there's a bit of a bloody mess on the stage with what you can only assume is... because you see the tentacle kind of landed on Jack a bit, so you kind of see this tentacle wrapped around a bloody form, so you can intuit that Jack is there. You notice that Christine is now in the far back of the stage. Yeah, what would you like to do?
Is there anything between me and her?
There's a lot of things between you and her.
What are they?
A crowd of people.
Ugh.
A decent amount of people. The void is between you and her.
I'm not worried about that one.
But he's covering most of the stage. You gotta think he's way bigger than you used to. So there's about, 50 tentacles between you and Christine.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that part.
Depending on your preferences, I will say if you're talking line of sight, you don't necessarily have a clear shot on. You could see her, but not like a full... Like, you'd have to kind of bob your head around.
Gotcha. It's the people that's the problem.
That's what I say every day I wake up.
Yeah, I know, right? Nobody is undead. Are the humans...
Not yet.
Are the humans next to me considered hostile?
Temporarily hostile.
Oh, fuck, alright. Can't hurt them. But we can try to wake the void up, right?
I didn't say you couldn't. You could try if you want to.
Excellent. I cast Guiding Bolt at the void.
Okay.
So 21 to hit.
Oh,
Jesus.
you hit him. What's your damage?
15.
Jesus.
Don't worry about your HP, Jesse. Your stats and everything, I got it. Pookie Bear.
Okay. Let's say
okay.
this. Okay.
You hear screams in your head, like not in the room, but it's like 1,000 screeching sounds in your head. I need you to roll me another wisdom save, which hopefully should be
15.
cool. Fabian. Fabian, roll me a... Let's see. I'll let you choose between a few different things.
Mhm.
Okay. Strength,
Ooh.
athletics, acrobatics, or dex. Okay.
Strength.
Athletics, acrobatics, or dex. One of those four. I'll let you pick.
Strength. Sorry, I have to find that.
No, you're
Strength
fine.
is nothing. Dexterity is -1. Acrobatics is -1. Athletics is 0. Okay.
Choice.
Definitely buying you some sneakers for Christmas.
We'll do athletics.
Okay.
He was on rugby or something.
Not Victorian rugby.
It was a 7.
Okay. Well, you felt for a brief moment the grip on the arm around you loosen, and you thought maybe you might be able to squeeze free in that brief moment in time. It did not work out the way you thought.
Dang.
You kind of slipped on his slippery.
Noodly appendage.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
So last time you said that I could hear the void in there.
Yes.
Is there any, like...
Are you gonna try to... Yeah, are you gonna try to... Here's the thing. If you push down that route, you do understand that it was something the darkness in your hands did. So it would have to come from that. If you wanted to push down that avenue.
Yeah, because it's to save a friend. I think
Okay.
Fabian would do that.
Roll me religion at advantage.
Hell yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, that was a 10.
A 10? Okay.
And then an 8, so it's a 10.
Okay. Alright, I need everybody except for the doctor to roll me... Well, except for the doctor and except for Void, to roll me a sanity check.
Uh-oh.
And Blake gets to be at advantage.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with Paulo. What's
A
yours?
6.
Oh boy. Fabian?
Oh, I had to roll one too. A 16.
Nice.
Fallen?
A 16 as well.
Unseen?
I was damn it! I was just about to pee. I had to run and pee real quick. Sorry. What am I rolling?
Sanity. You're good.
Yes, that's a 5.
Oh, okay. You were saved, Ellie.
Thank God.
Jack looks up at the horror and he's like, "Oh yeah."
Okay. Give me just a second.
Jack realized he couldn't pre-order a Switch 2 in time.
Like, if you have time travel powers, why not use it for good?
Get a Switch 2 today.
Okay. The light flickered low in the study, casting shadows that bent too sharply, like bone underneath thin skin. The smell of rusted iron lingered, sweet, sour, and... You stood at the mirror, breath shallow, fingers twitching over the edge of the porcelain sink, stained pink. Your coat was gone, your sleeves rolled high, wet to the elbows. You had forgotten again how you came to be here. Voice behind your teeth stirred. Did the music stop? Hello?
No, you just need to
No,
yell.
it's still going.
Just
Okay.
keep going. Keep yelling.
I thought that was the voice in someone's head. I was like,
So did I.
Maybe I should use that voice then.
I really thought you were going for Jack at this point. I was like, yeah, I get
Yeah.
it. He's schizo.
Anyway, the voice behind his teeth stirred. You left the scalpel in her, Johnny. Mistake again. Your eyes squeezed shut. Don't. The mirror shimmered, not like glass but water, stretched over too thin. In it, you did not see your own face. You saw two. Fused, flickering. One smiling, one screaming. The smile was Jack's, but the scream was your own. She was grateful, you know. The way she stopped shaking, finally. Mercy, like you used to give. Jonathan, you dig your nails into the porcelain. You see her again, her wide eyes, the red blooming beneath her ribs. Not your hands, but they are your hands. Stop it, you say. She wasn't her. But she looked like her, didn't she? Looked like me? They always, in the end. The mirror's surface pulsed outward. And from it, Cora stepped forward. Or what once was Cora. She wore her favorite dress, blue, with embroidered violets around the hem. Except now the fabric bled from the stitches. Black threads twisted like veins up her arms. Her eyes were not eyes, but depths, holes of the world. Each containing the echo of the scream wasn't yet done. And you find yourself falling to your knees. I tried to save you, you say. You did more than try. You saved me. For them. Her neck bent at an impossible angle, and she turns her gaze back to you. Her lips pull back in a grin that didn't seem to end. Her jaw creeped downward, wider than bone should allow. And inside her mouth, a spiral. Black teeth spiraling inward, endlessly inward. They grew in the place where you mourned me. The walls of the study wept. From the seams of the wood and paper, eyes opening, shuddering, blinking, all watching you, judging, worshipping. The air becomes thick, wet, and alive. Behind you, you hear the rasp of a blade, the scalpel. It's in your hand now. You turn it over, and it glistens with something that shimmers, not blood, but memory. Slithering down the mental pulses. You find yourself whispering, "Get out of me." The laughter came in a chorus. Jonathan's, Jack's, Cora's, all mixed. We're inside you. Well, maybe you're inside us. Cora reaches for him. Her fingers were too many, her skin split along, revealing veins of ink and smoke. From within, something else moved. Mind fractures, like glass in a vice, memories of saving women, of hurting them, of loving her, of cutting her. You could no longer tell which memories were yours or Jack's or hers. We are the wound that never closes, Jonathan. Back to the hollow. You can rest in the screen. The scalpel sinks into your palm. Behind your eyes, spiral turn. And then we swap back to the gay cowboy music.
No worries. Like this.
What if I put the gay cowboy music back?
I mean,
I'm gonna look up some gnarly supernatural memes. That show gets emotional. I know it does.
Hello, music? Can we go? What's up, guys? We're back to local child beater.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
Great.
I can't maintain the seriousness too long. I gotta make the child beating jokes.
What was that commercial? Like the office quarterback and then like the daycare quarterback was just Gene just like tackling children.
I don't understand
roll me a
any of that
sanity
reference,
check.
but it makes sense.
Who, me?
It was an old ESPN commercial.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
6.
Okay. What do you do?
Cry in the club. Let's see. He's scooting away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Roll Arcana to see if he's like, if he's got like any magic radiating off him in a sense.
Yeah, you can.
Like he might be not real.
Yeah, roll me Arcana.
Wow, a 10.
He's so fucking real.
Cool.
You're a child beater.
Cool. Hey, Void.
Yes.
You remember that low roll you had before?
The one?
Yeah, will you roll me
Yeah.
roll me another sanity check. Just for
sanity?
fun.
Okay.
Shits and giggles.
10.
I also need the unseen and the doctor roll me sanity checks.
No. No.
I'll get back to you.
The sanity skill check?
Yep.
No, I don't want to betray the D&D Beyond.
Ooh, Thumber Charm with a nat 20!
Slay.
Oh yeah.
Slay, I don't
Dirty
know.
19.
Dirty 19. So,
Yeah.
I should also point out, because I forgot to point Doctor and Void, you saw the Unseen's memory. And you felt like it was you.
Welcome to my nightmare. Damn.
This is what this whole session is just a team bonding exercise. I lied to y'all.
We'll do the trust fall.
But I don't trust you. No, go ahead and fall.
Hi,
It's okay.
nice to
I like how
meet you.
I like how the
Here's my
actual
mama.
falling of the trust fall started with you cutting my tentacle off.
Yeah, just catch me.
It's as good as it gets.
When's he gonna drop? I don't know. He's invisible. Fuck.
Shit. Has he already
Yeah.
fallen? I
think
don't know!
I think he's climbing higher.
Ew. Cool. So, Ellie,
Yeah.
because you rolled so low,
I'm gonna make you Jesus Christ and I heal everyone.
Nope, not exactly what's gonna happen. Void, Doctor, Unseen, and Hollow, you are now of one mind.
Of what?
One single mind, and what I'm about to read, you all are seeing.
Ooh,
As if it's you.
A gnarly. Sorry.
You're good, you're good. You begin to have dreams of the Hollow again. You always do, and it always begins with hopes. Endless, echoing, pounding hopes. Your own horses, you know that, but distant and muffled, like they gallop across a dead sky. Trees rush past in a blur. Wow, I just slurred the fuck out of that. Trees rush past in a blur of bare limbs clawing toward you like desperate hands. There is no moon, only the sense of buried underneath skin of clouds, as if the sky itself was stitched shut to keep lies beyond seeing you. Or worse, I'm calling back. You ride, and you ride, and you ride. But there's no horse beneath you, only memory of bone and rage, the momentum of fury. Your purpose long extinguished. You turn your head, but there is no head to turn. You forget, in the dream, as you always do. The loss, the cleaving, the betrayal etched into you like frostbite into a corpse. You reach for where your face should be, and you touch nothing. Behind you, the forest splits, not with light, but with sound. A groan rolls out from the earth, long and wet, like something vast, clawing itself out of centuries of silence. The trees bend away, not away from you, but towards something behind you. Something moving, slithering. It speaks without words. It makes the trees hum, the soil vibrate, and it speaks in a language of absence. A whisper felt behind the ribs, under your fingernails, the hollows where your head should be. Jean. Jean. We have worn your skull like a crown in the dark between the stars. We know your true name. But you can't turn to see it, not without the eyes, but you feel it. It trails, a cloak made of memories, not yours. It is many-mouthed and one-minded. It carries you, screams inside of you, echoes from where you died the first time, and many times after. You ride faster, but the trees begin to bleed, black and sticky ichor. The ground pulses like it has a heartbeat, and the skin begins to peel away from every stitch. And from that wound pours laughter. Caterpillars at first, then your oldest sons, then your husbands, then the professors. All their voices melt together into one long, old cackle. They never wanted you to rest, only to be the myth, to be the monster. The warning whispered on fog-choked nights. You ride until the forest ends. But beyond it is not peace, beyond it is a mirror. Polished obsidian, stretching infinitely, forward and back. It shows her in every possible. Jen the queen. Jen the mother. The monster. The hollow, the axe in the hand that held it. And all turn to you, faceless, headless, haunted. And they chat in a voice. They chant in a voice that rattles the stars. There is no end to the ride. There is no rider. Only the hollow. Only the hollow. The mirror cracks. A great red eye opens behind it. And Jean, what remains of her, what remains of you, realizes that you never left Sleepy Hollow. That you are Sleepy Hollow, and you have no head, just hunger. And as all of you twist around in this memory, in honor of Victoria missing this, I'm also giving you guys this one. Because Tori already got to read this.
Can we level up?
Maybe. We're almost there. All of you, now with Jean, well, not all of you, but Dr. Unseen and Jean, you kind of jerk from, and Void, you jerk from that vision into another. And you woke to a creak of wind, the distant lapping of black waves against a splintered hull. The sky above you was a color you had no name for. Something between bruised velvet and decayed starlight. No sun, no moon, just that oppressive, endless twilight. You don't remember your name, only the hunger, the need for blood, and the ocean. The boat was barely more than a wreckage, half a lifeboat lashed together with rope and rusted nails. Round you, the sea stretched forever in all directions, flat as glass, but wrong somehow, like it was listening. You sit up slowly, hands pale, veins like marble, fingers tipped in blood not yours. A name echoed faintly in your head, muffled and distant like a LJ. You are LJ. Or you might have been. But who was that? Before the thirst, before the dreams, before the thing beneath the wave? You press your hands to your temples, visions flooding in too fast. A ship. A tall man with silver hair and a laugh like a cup, a promise, teeth in the dark. You screamed. The sea rippled, not from the wind, but from something responding. Something awake. Each night it came closer. Not a shape, not really. A sense of presence. The sea darkened. The sky grew still. You feel something coiling around the edges of your thoughts. You're nothing but thirst. No. It was something, someone. But it would keep whispering. It knew the faults, and it knew the hollow, the spaces where your memory should be. You remember flashes, reading poetry aloud to a hand over you, steadying a ship's wheel. Voice saying, you don't have to be like me. Then, the same hand cold. Body drained, your mouth wet with blood. You curl inward shivering. The boat didn't drift anymore. It carries you. And one night the water opened. Opened like a wound splitting down into the world. And from its depths came a structure vast and impossible. An altar, a temple, a ribcage built from drowned sand. Pulsed with a heartbeat not its own. Lights moved from within it, like lantern. Eyes, watching, waiting, recognizing. You drank to forget, you killed to survive. You are beloved of the below. Come home. But you never wanted this. You just wanted to live. And why do you still float? It asks as tender as a lullaby. Why haven't you sunk? Somewhere in the haze of blood whispers. You remember that at some point you were more than the thirst. And perhaps, if you remembered, you could remember who you were. Get cowboy. Get cowboy. Music Bot's so mad at me today. He's like, calm down! That's why he kept trying to kill himself earlier. You get it, dude.
He's overworked.
He is. It's okay. He's gonna sit and chat by himself later and wonder why we all left him. He was so toxic last time he did that. I was like, bro, chill out.
Yeah.
So, Fabian.
Yeah.
Fallen.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys remembering your names. Just gonna shit on Ellie. Who's the hollow?
Hey, yo!
There is something very intense about the presence, and both of you are kind of struggling yourselves. I need both of you to roll sanity, but this time with advantage.
Who's rolling?
Blake and Sophie.
Ooh,
Okay.
I got a 12.
24.
With advantage, Sophie?
Yeah, it was a 12 and then a 10.
Wow.
I know.
You could just blame Dan. I'm sure it's his fault somehow.
Somehow he's playing Wipeout and it just wiped out your rolls.
Oh shit,
That's
big
what
brain.
it was.
Well, luckily Blake rolled very high for both. Blake, your magic kind of courses through this entity you know as the Void, but quite him. It feels otherworldly, and it feels beyond any magic that you're familiar with. But still, you're hoping that if you just pierce a hole, then someone will be able to peer through the other side without losing themselves. Fabian, you feel an opening, and you feel the tips of your fingers burning. Do you want to peer in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I have to roll?
Nope. You peer in. and you're standing in nothingness, emptiness. But across from you, you see the unconscious bodies of the doctor, what you can assume is the unseen. He's clothed here, just so you can tell he's there. Actually, no, I take that back. You see his body. You see what he actually looks like.
Yo!
Yo, look at
Hey, you
Look
see
at that tiny penis!
an unconscious hollow.
It's really cold here.
It's really cold.
I was in the pool.
Standing over them is the void.
Mm.
But the void is just kind of looking down at them. He seems almost like it's the normal amount of tentacles, the normal size you remember being of the, and he just seems kind of limp as he's looking down at the unconscious.
He was also in the pool.
But you hear echoes of Scene's music surrounding you in this like dark void.
Of whose music?
Christine is still singing, you still hear her. But it's muffled. Like you're hearing it like almost like underwater.
Okay.
So yeah. And Void, you are conscious, by the way. And you, Void, what you know is that you've been kind of rocking through everybody's like horror memories, basically. So you're kind of losing a sense of you.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Okay. Can Fabian try to approach the void?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna go towards the void with his hands like raised, not in a violent, aggressive way whatsoever. And kind of take a look down at all of the bodies that are there, take a deep breath, and then look at the void and say, sorry, my cat is being
What do you have to say to that, Void?
How do you respond to that?
No, Fabian's gonna be like, Void, can you hear me? I need you to pay attention to my voice right now.
Does it get through?
Yeah, you can hear.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm here. But not slipping.
That's good. That's good. Can you hear any music?
Yes.
I need you to try and tune that out and just listen to the sound of my voice.
Okay. I'll try.
Yeah.
Void, roll me a wisdom save with advantage.
Thank you. Eh, 12?
Blake, roll me a sanity check.
Oh shit, sorry.
Sure. 15.
Okay. Sorry, hold on. You are kind of faltering between, once again, where you're at and some... But it's not the house from before. As you're trying to focus your spell to keep that glimmer open for Fabian, you stand at the edge of a ruin, with your wings dragging behind you like broken banners. You kneel before an altar, one of a god that people don't even believe in anymore. You hear the shattered marble in front of you breathe. A voice says to you, "You remember the light be planted like a dream. You see visions of golden war's holy blades. voice echoing in the chambers of your mind. The bell that has been cracked. Your sword, once burned with divine fire, now wept oil and starlight. And it sang in a language that makes your bones hum in a sickness. It watched. You think you are cast down, the voice from the altar says, where blood had pooled from ancient sacrifices, both divine and damned. What if you were sent ahead, planted like a seed in the clay of men? What if your fall was not punishment, but purpose? The stars above you flicker, and one by one, they disappear, until you realize that they were not stars, but windows, looking into you. You scream, and the world shudders around you. You are not a messenger, not a guardian, but a harbinger. A seed of the unknowable planted in the garden of the divine, and the garden decided to water you with faith. Blake, roll me a concentration. Constitution, I mean, not concentration. Con save.
Oof, 6.
Okay. You can either choose to break the spell, lose concentration of your spell, or take 20 damage.
I'll take the damage.
Okay. You feel the skin underneath that armor burn and peel, and it itches, like as this black tar flickers in and out of existence as it peels at your skin. Fabian, do you take another step toward Void?
Is that what caused that? Oh no.
You don't know what's going on. You're still in here.
Oh no. I was going to... Can Fabian sense if there's anything to exercise? Or now that he's like in there, there's nothing. It's just void.
Roll me a religion check.
Please be some. It was an 11.
You think that you might be able to use some of what you know and use some of that magic, like the burning on your skin is almost guiding you, telling you that you can help the void push everything out.
Okay, he would follow that then.
Okay. Void, you see as Fabian reaches out toward you with his hand, you watch as the black tips of his fingers bleed. That black, further down, past his knuckles. And so now primarily the fingers, or the whole fingers actually, of Fabian are now a pitch black. Do you take his hand?
Seeing that, knowing what must be going through to get this far, yes.
Okay.
Void is desperate for some kind of recognition right now, and they recognize Fabian.
I need you to roll a wisdom save with advantage. It's going to be advantage from the help action of Fabian.
Woo! 21.
Ooh.
Okay, give me 1 second. Actually, why are you like this? You picked the wrong one. There we go. Silence. The two of you are engulfed in silence. And the two of you are no longer in that dark, scary void. You were looking at a reflection of yourself in the mirror. You were looking at the face of Christine. You feel the hurt and ache inside of her chest. You see that when she looks at the mirror, she doesn't see herself. She sees that mask of flesh that just blinks and smiles with eyes that show something else that is not her. You know that at some point in time she had begun to forget music. And it was hard to believe because you had just heard her beautiful aria. But she had forgotten real music. And she had learned something else. Notes that bent inward and harmonies that dissonant, writhing melodies that felt more like something being began at first with blood. A nosebleed during rehearsal, maybe another, then waking in her bed to find her sheets soaked in blood that did not belong to her, and a dark ichor that shimmers with unnatural hues. The doctors couldn't give any definitive answers. An old family curse, some would whisper. Mother was touched, you know, say. They say she used to hum only to the heavens. Christine, she would try to laugh it off, but the laughter came out wrong. It wasn't hers. None of this could be hers. She didn't know who she was. And then you weren't Christine. Both of you hear another voice, and you feel a presence standing beside both of you. Fabian, a hand on your shoulder. As the 𝔱𝔬𝔨 stands there, between the two of you. I tried to save her. But I think I just made it all worse. He squeezes your shoulder, Fabian, and lets go. And he takes a few steps forward. And he turns toward both of you. And he takes off the mask. And you see that perhaps underneath the scars and burns there might have been once a handsome man. But instead, he was nothing but memories of a haunted past. And as he looks at both of you, he looks back behind him, and he says, "Will you save her, and do what I couldn't do?"
Do everything in our power to.
Fabian nods. Hesitantly.
I thought that I could control death, that I was death. But he looks at Void. Then I realized that there was something else that predated even death. Something that I didn't account for.
What could predate death?
I think that's something that you'll be able to understand before anyone else, but you can't lose yourself before that happens. And he offers his hand to the Void.
Void trusted Fabian without flinch, but is having serious thoughts about this one. Has the music stopped?
You can't hear her anymore, but you hear her crying.
He reaches out.
Everything goes black, and void you see through one more memory. 𝔕𝔤𝔤 staggers forward, though it feels like he has no body to really stumble, and his thoughts slowly unravel like a worn thread. For within this entity that he now faces, this void that dreams, he saw not the end of life, but the beginning of me. Time curled inward, and he remembers every death, every final breath, and every closing, every. And there, in this emptiness, he remembers that he too had once forgotten, that he could forget. And he howls, not in grief, but in erasure. The howl echoes around you. Void, you feel it inside your being. At last, 𝔕𝔤𝔤 feels like he was, but just a context that this other thing, this unknowing, was what came after the last page was burned. And in this moment, the 𝔕𝔤𝔤 dissolves into that concept, slipping into nothingness. And all of you wake up to a quiet opera house with the unconscious crowd around you and the curled up, crying form of Christine Daae. And that is the end of the session.
He died!
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.